Good day, everyone. I would like to present my paper on the influence of part-time employment on student academic performance. The introduction now. Okay, the nature of higher institution in nurturing students keeps on changing as global economic affects all activities. Student institution of higher learning now tends to involve themselves in part-time job and having the way they want to survive so that they can just help themselves and assist themselves financially. So this is one of the reasons that students tend to involve themselves in part-time job employment. But as time goes on and researchers have been, written on part-time job, so this research or this presentation is based on the concept of part-time job and on influence on student academic performance. Okay, the objective of this research is this presentation is to determine the level of student academic performance among third year and fourth years at FKP, and also to examine the second objective is to examine the influence of part-time job employment, job satisfaction, and job commitment with the level of student academic performance among third year and fourth year students in FKP. The third objective is determining the best predictor factor among the three factors towards student academic performance. Okay, the research question is, what is the current level of student performance in FKP? Okay, and the second one, are there any effects among part-time job employment, job satisfaction, and job commitment with the level of student academic performance in FKP? Okay, which of the three factors of part-time employment, job satisfaction, and commitment are significantly in explaining the variation in student uh, academic performance? Okay, looking at the literature, in general, the literature have discussed about the CGP of students that CGP of students have been affected because of the involvement of students in part-time job employment. Of course, even in developing countries, we have seen that CGPA of students is being affected. Some of the researchers says, okay, it did not affect their CGPA, but looking at in overall, it tends to affect the CGPA of student and also some of the ability of the students to cope with assignments being assigned by the lecturers in the university. Although Sulaiman believe that student performance is determined by the ability of student to demonstrate creativity during learning and have a high CGPA in his or her performance in the higher institution. So those literatures are also added that involvement of students in part-time employment motivate them to learn. So sometimes it doesn't mean that because of the being involved in part-time job that will automatically influence their academic performance, which researchers go otherwise sometimes. Okay, so the methodology of this research, it is more on quantitative research is survey. So a survey has been run among 243 students. Okay, 243 students were sampled among third and fourth year students from five programs: Da'wah and Islamic management, theology and religious studies, and also counseling, communication, and new media. So the survey has been questionnaire being distributed among the students, and we have gained 243 questionnaire. Okay, so the result of this research, the first of all, the researchers tend to look at the current level of student academic performance in the faculty among third and fourth year students. What they have gained, they have run a means of all means to see that combining all the means of student academic performance, job employment, job satisfaction, and also job commitment, it gives 12.9 uh, total of score 12.9 divided by the Likert scale, which is 5. We got 2.58. So meaning that the level is a little bit higher, or is an average level of performance among the students. So if we have seen that their performance is over, their CGPA is over 4 or over 5, for example, which is not common, is over 4. So we have, if they have scored 2.5 and above, meaning that their CGPA is still alright, it's not too bad. Okay, so the results still mean of all means. So this is the result. So the result shows, I've explained about the result. So meaning that if they score 2.5 and above, it is somehow good. However, Howell 2014, it says a moderate mean should be within 2.66. Okay, so if it is 2.66 among the result of the student, meaning that they needed to work harder so that they'll be on average side. But in terms of looking at the current level, the performance of third and fourth year students is below average according to what Howell has suggested. Okay, to answer the second and the fourth and the second and the third question, a multiple regression analysis was run, and we are looking at the model summary. So the model summary here, we are looking at the R square, which is 0.12, 0.128. Okay, meaning that 80. The model summary is telling us here that 12.8% is the contribution or the influence of part-time job employment on student academic performance, according to this result, which is looking at the overall of the influence of part-time job commitment, and also job satisfaction. Okay, then later, then we're looking at the next table, which is the ANOVA table, which is telling us that is this significant, meaning that the influence of part-time job satisfaction, and also job commitment, is this significant? Yes. Here we can see from this significant table, that's the p-value, is telling us that it is significant. So meaning that if students high institution students are involving themselves in part-time work, it will affect them, it will affect their performance. So this is what it means actually. Okay, so determine the best factor among the three factors towards student academic performance. Among these three factors, that we have independent variables that the researchers have suggested, which is part-time job employment, job satisfaction, and commitment. We can see from the significance here, which is above 0.05, it's not significant. Part-time job employment is not significant. And also we are looking at here, which is 0.2. Okay, part-time job here is 0.2, which is above or greater than 0.05. Okay, so it's showing it is not significant, meaning that even if they are working in general, it doesn't affect them. If a student are involving in part-time job, it doesn't affect them. In looking at each and every contribution to the part-time job itself, to the student academic performance. Okay, we are looking at here job satisfaction here. So job satisfaction also is not significant, meaning that if they are working, are they satisfied or not satisfied, it doesn't affect their student performance. However, looking at commitment in the third variable, independent variable, it says it is significant, meaning that it is below 0.001, okay, or 0.05, which implies that it is significant and it will affect them. If students are involved in part-time job and they are so committed to that, it means that they will be it will affect their student their performance. This is what it means actually. So among the three variables being studied by the researchers, it says that commitment of students will be affected if they are involved in part-time job employment. Okay, so here conclusion here, this study investigated the influence of part-time job employment, part-time job satisfaction, and commitment on third year and fourth year student performance. Okay, fourth year student, okay, and performance at FKP OSIM. The research employed two analyses to understand the current and the influence of part-time job on student academic performance in the faculty among programs, okay, proposed by the researchers. Okay, this have actually the result shows that all the proposed independent variables are partially positive influence on student academic performance, meaning that the student, if they are involved in part-time job in general, it has a partial positive influence on their academic. Okay, with this, I've come to the end of my program. Thank you for listening, and see you again.